Hey everyone, we were invited on Saturday the 19th to an advanced screening of Disney's brand new movie, Strange World. The movie is about the Clades, who are a legendary family of explorers whose differences threaten to topple their latest and most crucial mission into uncharted and treacherous territory. Myself and Johnny VR are going to be doing different reviews, so make sure to check his out too. But let's get to it. So first off, thanks to Disney very much for inviting us along to the advanced screening of Strange World. Absolutely loved the whole experience. We had a little bit of a video earlier showing more about what that event was like, so have a check out on that video. And don't forget to check out also Johnny VR's review video of Strange World, but this is mine. And let's just start off with, wow, what a film. Now, I was very surprised to see Ibuki Young White and Jake Gyllenhaal, not Gyllenhaal, appear there at the start of the movie. That was just magical, really. That the whole thing was just great from the start then. And I haven't even finished all my snacks, used the popcorn and things, but I've still got my ticket. Amazing, but thanks very much. But let's get into the movie. Now, the movie is the brand spanking new Disney animated movie. So the last one we had was Encanto. So that was very much a musical, bright colours, great energy. And now we got Strange World. Now, Strange World is not a musical. I'm going to say that again. It's not a musical Disney film. Now, everyone goes, oh, you can't have a Disney film without music. If you go back, there's quite a few films now that don't have music in them, and I think they're still great. If you're into just the music and things, maybe this isn't one for you, but I thoroughly enjoyed it. Now, in our little video that we did earlier, I did say that it was an 8.5 out of 10. Now, I'll go into a bit more about that later, why I thought it was an 8.5 and not a 9, or why it wasn't an 8. But yes, so let's have a look into more detail. Like I said, it wasn't a musical. It had one song in it, which I thought was brilliant. It's right at the beginning, bit of a historic. I liked the way it started. It was like a the history of the Glades, or the Clade, sorry, which is or the family that is in the movie. And you've got the Jaeger Clade, and you've got a bit of a montage with him, and the whole music is they're the Clades, they're the Clades, up, they're the Clades. I absolutely love it. I can't wait for it to come on Spotify. I do believe it's out on Wednesday, the 23rd of November on Spotify and all your other music streaming things, so do check it out. Fingers crossed that song is on there. I'm sure it will be, but not. It was absolutely great. And let's just stick with the music first of all. It's like there's no singing and things on it, but the music is absolutely spot on. It gets all the feelings of the movie correct, in my opinion. The mood of the different scenes and things, it's got a great on it. It's like you got kind of like a B-movie type start, and it is kind of B-movie-ish type music. And then there's a part in the movie where this airship that they're in needs to cross this sea, this acidic sea, and there's danger in there. But then these little green little floating pig things come along, and they all come up to the end of the ship and move it. That sounds weird. That does sound weird. Just let it go. Your imagination goes wild in this movie. I gotta tell you that. But yeah, these little green piggy looking things. They're not pigs, but I call them pigs. They start moving this ship in the direction to safely pass this sea. And it's like a waltz, and it is like a waltzy music and things, because they're like going past all the bits of the sea coming up, and it's like it's brilliant, absolutely spot on. If this is nominated for any music award, then that is just criminal. To be honest, this whole movie should be nominated for a lot of awards next year. And if it isn't, then the academies and things like that, they need to start looking at what they think should be in these awards. But anyways, let's have a little look more into it. So you got the music, which I absolutely loved. The humour in it. Quite a lot of sarcastic humor. Now, I love sarcastic humor. I'm very sarcastic myself. To a lot of people's dismay, they don't know whether I'm serious or joking. But then it's kind of like it's a joke, slapstick type thing. And the point with the pilot of the airship, he's like joking all the time, and he's only in it for a few minutes, and then he gets sucked out of the cockpit, and it's just like, wow, that just happened. So that was brilliant. I thought the pacing of the movie was pretty good, to be honest. Now, there was a lot of story in it, because there's a lot of messages, and a lot of the Disney animated movies now have messages. Well, they've always had messages, but it's a little bit more this world right now messages, which I agree with, to be honest. A lot of people out there hate this woke culture, and I hate the word woke, but no, I love it, and absolutely, it's messages that we need to hear. It's a family film. It's a film about family, and there's a lot of key messages in there from listening to your parents, but also listening to your children as well. What you think might be great for them, they might not think so, and you're setting them down a path, and that's when they go off and rebel off and things like that. So I think it's pretty good. I think it's a really good message and things like that on there. As for families watching it, there was a lot of families in this screening, and I found that kids around about under 6 years old weren't really engaging so much in the movie, because there was a lot of slower parts where you develop in these relationships, these stories, these messages and things like that. They were just engaged in all the actiony bits and the funny bits, but they weren't really paying attention to it. And to be honest, it was probably about 35-40% of the movie were these story bits, which I think was needed to tell this whole story, and to tell it well as well. So now, let's say you can have children younger than 6 watching it, but I wouldn't expect you to take them to the cinema really to see this. This will be out on Disney Plus towards the end of this year, early next year, so you can just wait for that. But if you do really want to support the movie industry, then do take them along, or even just go with yourself and drop the kids off with their grandparents or friends or something like that, and go watch it yourself, because there's nothing like the big screen. I love the big screen. Now, kids from 6 up, I think they'll get the humour, and I think they will sit there a little bit more quietly, watching the quieter bits, so they can start thinking about these things. And that's what the whole message is about, is starting right from the beginning and going right through to your adulthood, hopefully to make better adults. Who knows? But the cast, let's go on to the cast now. Absolutely great casting, and Jake and Yabuki, I hope I'm pronouncing that right, and Dennis Quaid as well. So Dennis Quaid was Jaeger, the granddad. You had Jake as the father, the son of the granddad, obviously, and Yabuki was Ethan, the teenager. And I thought the family dynamic was spot on with them. It was great. It's like Jake, Searcher, which was Jake's character, he had a dispute with his father and didn't want to become an explorer, and felt that he wasn't looking after his best interest. So he was trying to make it out that he was doing the best interest for Ethan. And then Ethan pretty much turns around and says, no, it's like, I don't want to go down this path. I don't want to be a farmer. It's like, I want to go out and explore. And all that Searcher thinks is Ethan's going to leave Searcher, like his father did at the beginning of the movie. But that's not what Ethan wanted either. And all Ethan wanted was to talk to his dad about what he wants and things. It's like, he wants to be able to help out at home, but also go off and have his own life, his adventures, but still come back. And that is pretty much the family story coming into the end, which is great. You had Gabrielle Union as Meridian. Her character was pretty cool as well. And you had Lucy Liu as, let me just check the name of the Castillo Mal. She was the captain of the ship and also the president of the land that they are in. So yeah, great casting, absolutely great casting. And what I loved as well is Saoirse and Ethan. Their voices suited the character. Sometimes when you look at an animation character and go, that voice doesn't really suit that character, but their voices did match it. And I think that's because if you look at the actors, Jake and Yabuki, and look at their characters, you can see them in there. There are definite nods to their characters there, and I liked that. It was really good, really good. Loved that. And yeah, I just thought that was brilliant. So let's talk a bit about the animation. Now, I have a confession to make. When I did see the trailer, I didn't love it. I thought, they've changed the animation style again. And I was just like, I didn't really love the big, massive noses and things like that on there. I just thought, this is a bit... I don't know, it just didn't appeal to me. It took me a while to get into the newer style animation from the revival era, as it was. But then watching this, it was like the movements, they were just perfect. I can't find any fault in it. I was trying to look for faults in it, but I couldn't. It was just like they were beautifully animated, beautifully designed. The character creations, there's so many different creature creations in here, and they were amazing. It's like it was like you were in No Man's Sky, the video game, just on a far higher end budget and graphics and things, and it was amazing. It's like I did really enjoy this movie. I think I'm starting to talk myself into putting it as a 9 now, to be honest, talking through all these points. But let's just see that at the end. So, one other thing, let's keep it in the movie, and I'll go to other little points as well then. But no, it was like, it was great. I enjoyed the animation, the characters, the music, the comedy in it, the story as well. Now, and the message in there. With the story, it starts off with, like I said earlier, that where Jaeger goes off to search his dream, his legacy, their legacy, as he says, but it's not Saoirse's legacy. And then Saoirse finds this plant, which they then called Pando, and it's energy. This plant it's like got these little balls, and it gives energy. And then from that, 25 years later, then after the beginning of the film, 25 years later, and Jake is this farmer, but he invented all these different power cells and things like that. And people have made these flying ships and things and made their lives more comfortable. Not necessarily better, more comfortable. But all of a sudden, then this panda is dying, and they've got to go after the source of what's going on and things. And that's when they then find this big sinkhole, and they go down it. And they get attacked and things, and they go into this land, this strange world where they're finding out all these different creatures and things like that. And then they learn that the Pando is this energy source inside the planet, or inside whatever they are, inside the core. And they have to investigate where it's coming from. And they more and more they investigate, they find out that it's actually killing the planet. So I thought that was quite interesting. So me and Johnny had a little chat about that, and it is pretty much the story of us using fossil fuels. Again, there's a message here. Whether you agree with it or not, don't know. I do agree with. I agree with it. It's us finding fossil fuels and using fossil fuels to better our lives, make our lives more comfortable, but then we're destroying the planet. So you got that dilemma then. Do you carry on having a comfortable life, or do you go back and see how to change it? And right at the end of the film, major spoilers, obviously spoilers all through this, they then do find a way of using renewable energy sources, which is what we're doing right now, is trying to get renewable energy sources. And that's where we need to investigate in this world. By the way, that's another thing. We're going to talk about Strange World, not our planet. And another character that I forgot to mention, which was hilarious. Well, there's two characters I have mentioned that are pretty funny, but one of them is hilarious, and I know a lot of dog lovers will love this, is the dog. Now, the dog, I thought, first of all, was called Clifton, but then the dog's actual name is Legend, not Clifton. I don't know how I heard Clifton. I made a note and like, dog equals Clifton, and then dog equals Legend. So, yeah, and he was funny in it. He was the comedy character. And then you also have Splat, which is this blue gooey thing. Now, Splat was great. A bit comedy and things with the character, but also some nods to what the character actually is and stuff like that. So that was pretty cool. Yeah, so loved it. Again, another major spoiler thing. There's no actual villain in it. You think there is a villain, the Reapers, these big tentacly things, but they turn out they're not the villains, and that's the big plot twist. And I will give a massive spoiler review if you don't want to know the ending of the movie. But first of all, we've got these Reapers, and they're there. And you think that they are the bad guys, but then they're not. And then you also go and have a bit of a plot twist with some of the characters, and you think they're the bad guys, but then they're not. So there is no real bad guys in it. It's just your point of view. Now that is quite interesting. Whereas when you get told this is correct, so you say that this is the bad person, and then you go, well, actually, that's not correct. So they're not the bad people anymore. See, it's just things that flip around and things. So that's quite interesting as a life lesson as well for you guys. But yeah, I don't think there's any more I can talk about without talking major spoilers. So if you do not want to know the ending of this movie, then please stop it now and then click on that subscribe button down below. Check out Johnny's review as well, and check out our other video. Please do subscribe. We do lots and lots of Disney videos on this channel. So yes, and just to let you know as well, guys, we will be giving away some Strange World Explorers guide on our Disney Plus awards. So if you haven't voted yet, the link is in the description. It's a Google form, so you can go on there and click on your favorite Disney Plus videos that are come out this year, and what we'll be doing is we'll be holding a award ceremony at the end of the year. It's going to be great fun. We're going to treat it like an actual award ceremony. We'll be suited up and everything, so please do cast your votes now. Share them on with other people who love Disney things, or non-Disney as well, because you got Star and all things like that. Please do share the voting form with everyone, and click on there, and also put your name down on the bottom for your chance to win some goodies like this. We got a couple of other goodies as well. So yeah, major spoiler then. Here is your warning. Major spoilers now. So throughout the film, you're trying to figure out what is going on with the world and what is going on. You go into the planet and you find another new world. It's like, is it kind of like the journey to the center of the earth and things like that? Then no, because right at the end they managed to get through the mountains, past the mountains, because that's the whole point, is to get over the mountains and past the mountains. Now they do manage to go through there. Searcher does, and Ethan. And they find this big, massive eye, and you find out that it is alive. The whole planet that they're on, the landmass that they're on, is alive. And now, straight in my head was Terry Pratchett and Discworld type things, where you have this turtle, and then you've got a disc on top, and that's where the Discworld area is. Now later you find out that that is a heart where the Pando is attacking. So all the Reapers and things like that are actually the antibodies and things like that, trying to help the planet, the world. So they help it to get rid of Pando. and bring the heart back to life. And then right at the end of the film, you do then pulls out and you see a giant turtle, and it's exactly like Terry Pratchett's things. It's like, yes, there's the mythology about the turtle and things like that, but I thought that was really cool. It's a big orb of water, and this turtle's just going across the planet. I thought that was brilliant. Absolutely loved that. That was a great touch. And right at the end, then it turns into a comic, and they close the comic and things. So it's gone from like a B movie start to this really good animation adventure, and then it goes to a comic book end. So absolutely amazing. And we get to see the Clades song again right at the end of the movie. So the movie is out on Wednesday the 23rd of November. I highly recommend you go and watch it. It is a great movie. Now, I said 8.5. Now, the reason why I didn't give it a 9 is maybe I would have liked to have seen a few more songs in it. Maybe even the Clades come about again in there or something like that. Or I might have liked to have seen an actual villain in it that they needed to defeat. But I do quite like the whole good versus evil thing. And we've had quite a lot of Disney films now where there isn't actually a villain. It's just more about the message and the journey. That's great, but I do want to see an actual villain. I want them to stop an actual villain. And so I do kind of want that to come back now for the next movie. So that is why it's not a 9, really. Very small points. I couldn't give it an 8 because it was so great. And from this review, I was trying to talk myself into being at a 9, but because of those two little parts, it's mainly about the villain, why it's not a 9. I don't think I'd ever make a movie 10 out of 10, to be honest, because there's always room for improvement. I'll probably watch it back again now and be like, going, no, I didn't quite like that. I was really, really, really looking for something to hate in this movie, and I couldn't. There was nothing to hate. So that says something for this movie. It says something to Disney as well. And yeah, I wanted to give a bit of a critique, but I can't. That's the only critique I can do, is that I wanted a villain, but that's my personal preference. So yeah, well done, Disney. To that, I would take my hat off. My hair is not done. So yeah, really, really great. Can't wait to see what is out next for you guys. That'll be amazing to go and watch those journeys there. And when I go to Florida in March, hopefully I can see some merch, some Strange World merch, some Strange World characters. Maybe see Searcher and Ethan wandering around. That'd be pretty cool. This film was very diverse and inclusive. I also like that. Forgot to mention that. So yeah, it was great. I loved everything about it, really. So if you do want to get your hands on one of these Explorer guides, then you can. All you need to do is just enter the competition, really. We do have quite a few of these. We have about 10 of these that we will be giving away. So even if you don't win the main prize, then there's a chance that you could win one of these as well. And we'll be posting that across the world. One of these ones, we will do it. We won't be doing the main prize across the world because that might be expensive. But yeah, we do have a massive poster as well, which we might give away, as well as a few other bits and bobs. Don't forget to go to the Disney Plus Awards and vote for your favorite things there. We will be having What's on Disney Plus little video out sometime this week. We are waiting for the last bits of pieces of information to come to us, so we will be doing that. Also got Disney News coming out this Saturday, so we will be talking about quite a few different things coming out for Disney across the board on that. But yeah, thanks very much, guys, for watching, and go check out Strange Worlds on November 23rd.